Hello.
Hello.
Hello, welcome, Vedrana. Thank you so much for joining this call with me.
Of course, of course.
Great. So, first of all, congratulations on landing your remote job. I'm super excited for you because you are my first student. So, to me, it's
Thank you so much.
as if I found a remote job. So, I'm so happy, really. I'm actually even happier when you guys find your job because to me it's just a dream that come true for you. So that is all great. And yeah, so today this super cool girl is here with us because she's going to share her experience, and I think this is going to be useful for everybody to know that you can actually find a remote job with or without a remote experience in one of the coolest remote companies out there. So yeah, I would like to start off with asking you what is your previous experiences, what you have done in the past, and what you were looking for.
Okay. Yeah, I definitely did not have any remote experience before other than, working from home a few times a week. But my previous experiences consisted of over 10 years of customer service experience. So it was anything from sales to support and then the operations as well. It was all for different large corporations that didn't allow remote work. We're not able to work remotely other than, like I mentioned, working from home a few times a week. What ended up making me want to make the move was just feeling like I was stuck in an everyday cubicle life. It was the same feeling every single day. You were conversing with the same people. I just felt, so to say, trapped in the cubicle. So I made the decision to quit corporate world. I kind of did it a little backwards than most people. I quit the job and decided to move across to Europe, where I'm originally from. So I gave myself a timeline to actually complete the move and then, time to look for a remote job from Europe. Whereas most people would probably look for a remote job while being still employed. I think that's where I got my push to stay consistent and persistent and just keep, looking and staying focused on a daily basis when searching.
Yeah, and that was also such a brave move to quit your job, your stability, and everything
Yes.
you had to, at the unknown. That is what you said, when you are so focused and motivated, and of course, and you have actually the time to look for a job full time, of course, the opportunity will come. And it's great to hear that you didn't have the remote job experience or not the fully one, because this is actually what I try to tell everybody. Even if you have worked one day from home or 1 week, or you have any sort of remote job experience, put it in your application, share it with the company, and tell why that was great and why you're now looking for that kind of job. But yeah, so that's great. And also customer service is a great field to find a remote job, because there are so many online customer service roles, which is definitely great.
Mm-hmm.
And okay, so that's interesting. And we were in touch for a couple of months before you started the challenge. I remember
Yes.
that you said that you were moving to Croatia, so you wanted to wait for the right time.
Yeah, so I dipped a little bit into searching for a remote job before actually joining the program, but it was always in my head of just like how you said right now, well, I don't have any remote experience. What remote company is going to hire me if I don't have any remote experience? There were always these questions that kept coming into my head, and then just looking overall at every industry to apply to, instead of just focusing and narrowing it down to what I have experience in. I think it was just trying to get any type of remote job at first, which I wouldn't suggest. I would suggest focusing in, like you mentioned throughout the program, just focusing in on what your skills and experience is in, or if you are doing an industry switch, just to use your background experience within what you have and trying to, push it towards that. But definitely we were in touch before until I just realized I needed support and I needed help, and you were the help that I needed. So
So
there.
I'm so honored. Thank you for that. So yeah, how was your experience with the 30 days challenge? What did you like the most? What was the most beneficial for you?
Of course. So it was a lot of information at first, but it was a lot of very good, valid information that, you put things so it was a streamline, so to say. So you made things very easy to comprehend and to, use in a daily basis. You not made us, but you helped us look for jobs in ways that you wouldn't normally look for jobs, which actually really helped me because it wasn't just based off of job boards and so forth. It was actually digging deeper and going deeper than that. And it was ways that a normal, candidate that is searching for a job wouldn't think of. So especially someone that is coming from such a corporate world. But along the lines of that, also helping us with the interview process and getting us comfortable in front of this video conferencing, because let me tell you, I'm only on day number 3 as of starting my position, and that is all we're doing is video conferencing, and a lot of it. Also making us use the tools that I had never used before in my previous positions, like Slack and Zoom and other of the programs that I am using all day, every day right now. So it made me familiar with everything. And then I was able to say, look, I have experience with Slack. It wasn't obviously a lot, but I had experience, and you opened the whole, 30-day program opened my eyes up to that, of how many tools there is that people really are missing out on, and I was missing out on, and I needed help in using to be able to continue my remote job search.
Yeah, exactly. There are some tools, and this was my experience as well, that if you have never worked remotely or in a remote-based company, you don't know. So this was all new for me as well. And I was when I was setting up the challenge, I was like, yeah, I need to use the same tools that a remote company as well uses, because this is going to be so beneficial for all the students to land a remote job, to be able to say, guys, I'm already familiar with these tools. I already know them. So this is an advantage for you. So I'm glad to hear that really helped you.
Yes.
Okay, cool. That's really great. And what about the job? How did you find your remote job? What was your strategy that worked to get to that job? And if you can tell us a bit more in details what it's all about, what's the company, if you want to share it.
So my strategy when I started was just, like I said, to stay consistent. So I used Toggle, and I would time myself out, make sure that I'm putting aside, since I was unemployed during the time of searching, it lit more of a fire for me to find that job sooner than someone obviously who was employed and searching. But I made sure that I set out a certain number of hours every single day, and I put that time into it. I timed myself out and making sure that I felt completed at the end of, I felt completed at the end of the day, that I did put that time into it. So just searching a few hours a day and put that time aside, but then also resume, editing your resume, making sure that it is to the job posting that you are editing every single time. I know at the beginning I was just kind of shooting my resume out, and obviously it was not working. But then just also finding companies that you really enjoy and following them and making sure, when they are posting open positions. And so this position was something that really stood out to me, and I felt like it was talking to me in a sense. So I was very excited to hear from them. The whole process took a month, actually. I had 3 interviews and a video project, and then the 4th video conference was them offering me the position, and they wanted to do it face to face, which I felt it was very personable, and I appreciated that a lot. But yeah, it's not something that is just going to be send your resume and you get the job. It's a process, and I know during the whole process I was getting into my own head. And that's where you helped a lot in, supporting me and being positive. I'm a very competitive person with myself, so I tend to be a little hard on myself at times. So I think just making sure that you are positive throughout the whole experience, that's where you helped me the most. And then just having that support from the community as well. Any questions, any concerns, how's everyone doing? I had a great community of ladies. It was all ladies. So we were all very, talking to each other about what's going on, what people are finding hard. So you're able to, rely on each other and bounce back with ideas. But the current company, I'm currently in a sales position. So like I mentioned, it will be a lot of Zoom conversations, which I'm very happy that I have experience with beforehand. And it's going to be a very good journey. I'm excited for it.
Oh, that is so cool. Yeah, and I'm sure it will be great. And the fact that you're now able to live in Europe and have all the flexibility that you wanted for your life is so important. And that's why I love the remote working so much, because it really allows people to live the life that they want and not being stuck in an office in a 9 to 5 job. And yeah, exactly what you said is really cool, because the intention for me for the 30 days challenge is really to switch the mindset, and create a positive environment for the job search, because that's what I always say. If you find a job within 30 days, it's great, which is actually what you did. But what is most important is really trusting yourself, knowing that you have the skills and that you have to just find them within yourself, and that you just have to know some strategies on how to apply to a remote job, create this customized application. But definitely people think that they don't have the skills while they actually do. So I'm so glad that you shared that with us. And yeah, is there anything else you would like to share with the community? Or
just make sure that you are communicating as much as you can with the community. I mean, working remotely, that's where the community aspect comes in. Just being a few days into this position and into this company, you feel the community. They're not physically there, but you feel the community aspect. So I think just when you start the program, just to be communicate as much as you can with everybody that's involved in the program, because that is, when you do land a job, that is how it's going to be. You're going to be, going off of each other's Slacks and commenting and emojis, and that's how you stay connected with the company and with the community. So I think that's my biggest advice. Staying persistent, obviously using tools. Like I mentioned, I use Toggle to stay on top of everything, and just making sure that I was putting that time in. And then just whenever you obviously need anything, I know I bugged you a lot. So
But
I
I was so happy to help you, and I really enjoyed that. You are getting back to me with all your questions because I now we are in August. This is the third challenge that I launched, but I can already see who's gonna be successful or not based on the interactions that they have with me. So I have some people that just disappear, and yeah, obviously those people are not gonna use all the opportunities that they have from the challenge community and so on, while there are some people that are super active already at the beginning, and I'm like, those people are gonna get the job in 30 days or more, but they will, and you were one of those. So congratulations again.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Maybe it's going to be cool if we get back in touch also in the future to see maybe in 6 months how your experience is, how you developed within the remote work environment. Also because, yeah, the company you joined is really cool. So I'm also curious. And yeah, for the rest, good luck with your adventure. Welcome
Thank you
back.
so much.
Thank you. Welcome back to Europe. And yeah, thank you for your time for this.
Of course. Thank you for all your help. And I am excited to hear about more stories of people landing their remote jobs. It's very exciting. So don't be scared about it or anything. It is an exciting opportunity. It's a new journey.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Thank you again, Vedrana. And yeah, talk to you soon.
Sounds good. Thanks. Bye.
Bye.